This is where some of the larger classes happen.
Yes.
There's also like the latest modern facility for teaching available with the multiple projectors, boards,
Yes.
all kind of latest technology. My question was, students like to do part-time work.
Yep.
How easy is it for them to find part-time? Do the students find part-time work here? Right.
We have students that just come here to study. We're going to go through this not very attractive doorway.
The hairdresser, like the secret.
Yeah, there used to be
door.
one. They just haven't taken down that sign. That students need are in one big area. Is set up as a one-stop
There's a large
shop.
team.
There's a large team. They do things like they help students who aren't used to the UK system to how to understand it in terms of how to get a job. So they will help them prepare a CV. They will prepare them for interviews.
I mean, when I am also guiding students, it's not like I can guide students for psychology very well. I have not studied. But for business and engineering, I'm good because I understand it and I can be of more value because I've gone through that journey. And I think everyone here is specialized in their field. I think we find, and as we are talking to students across UK, that is, I think, the single biggest problem. Where they're facing rejections, they are facing, that time away from family, it becomes very, very intense. But this is where all the students come and practice their lab work.
Yeah.
If you are looking to study abroad, then watch this full video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated.
It gets a bit wet in the winter when it rains a lot, but it's not in the same way as it was. The library is open 24/7 and there are widgets online that show you how many seats are available. And it's something I keep an eye on just because I'm a bit of a nerd and there's always places for students that want to come and study there.
More like a resort, like a place to relax than a usual university,
It is. You don't have the distractions.
Yeah.
If you go to a university in the middle of the city, it's really easy just to bunk off class and go somewhere else.
Right. Because there's always so many things happening around you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It can be a plus, but it's also, like you said, a big distraction.
It can be. The Indian Society that the students run in conjunction with, I think, the other Edinburgh universities is incredibly vibrant. I think although we're out here and we're in a bit of a park, we also have a huge advantage that we're going to sneak down here left and then in through a back route. We also have a big advantage in that, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, we're on all those bus routes I was telling you about. And so getting into the city centre is really fast, so students that are wanting to work.
Right, because that's what my question was. Students like to do part-time work.
Yep.
How easy is it for them to find part-time, given that they are here slightly away from the city? You mentioned about the bus route. So do the students find part-time work here?
Yes, they do. And in a minute, we're going to walk past two really important offices. One, the careers office, and they will help students that perhaps want an internship or want to stay here after they graduate and are looking for a job.
Yeah.
Because the career service isn't for just while they're studying here, it's for afterwards as well. And also, there is an office set up for students who want to work here on campus.
Okay.
Because we hire a lot of students in hospitality, in the team next to the one I work in. Marketing often has a student like an internship.
Like student ambassadors.
Yeah,
right.
And they organise all of that. So there are students we see here that are just working on campus. They never actually leave campus until it comes to the holidays, and then they go out and explore.
Right.
We have students that just come here to study. We're going to go through this not very attractive doorway.
The hairdresser, like the secret.
Yeah, there used to be
door.
one. They just haven't taken down that sign. Right, so this is the main thoroughfare. As you can see, it's reasonably quiet today, just because a number of, it's the holidays. But I mentioned the careers service, and this is where they're based here. So everything that students need are in one big area, is set up as a one-stop shop.
There's a large team.
There's a large team. They do things like they help students who aren't used to the UK system to how to understand it in terms of how to get a job. So they will help them prepare a CV. They will prepare them for interviews, and also, of course, they also collect information on jobs that
Well,
are
I think one
going
thing
they
I
can
really
apply for.
like, and I think it's differentiated, is that there's a strong subject specialization that each one has. Because it's, I mean, when I am also guiding students, it's not like I can guide students for psychology very well. I have not studied, but for business and engineering, I'm good because I understand it and I can be of more value because I've gone through that journey. And I think everyone here is specialized in their field. Somebody's doing actuarial science, somebody's doing engineering, somebody accounting. You know, so I think that is that's again a very big, great thing from the university side.
Opposite that, the student welfare officers. These are for students who are struggling somewhat.
Yeah.
There's always somebody there to help. You
And
just
when you
need to
say
go
struggling in the sense,
it could be struggling academically, of course, but struggling because they're in a different country, struggling because they're really homesick, they're missing family. They're finding that sort of culture shock a bit much.
yeah.
And
So it's just
although
not just academically, but also emotionally.
absolutely the whole well-being,
yeah.
because if the student is happy and contented, then
I think that is a much bigger
problem
problem for international students
Yeah.
than academic challenges, because if they are not mentally well, then it's impossible for them to focus on the studies. I think we find, and as we are talking to students across UK, that is, I think, the single biggest problem, where they're facing rejections, they are facing that time away from family. It becomes very, very intense.
So guys, let's take a small pause and let me tell you that I counsel hundreds of students looking to study abroad every month. And I am here to help you guys, not just with understanding your profile, which country or university is the best one for you, but help you through the admission process. And me and my team will get you your visa on time. And if you want a one-on-one counseling session with me, please go into the description. There is a link to my Calendly and you can book a one-on-one slot with me. And let's get back to our video now.
That support network that they're so used to
is not there.
And the people in there, expert and specialised in helping.
And do you have people like here from different backgrounds, nationalities, usually?
It depends, but there are, the entire university is international.
Yeah.
So, for example, I'm not Scottish, I'm a Kiwi.
Okay.
In the office we have somebody who's English, we have somebody who's from Czech Republic, we dust around, and academics are
also from all over.
from all over the world.
That's it.
And so there's always somebody here to talk to with a similar background
Right.
and similar understanding.
I think that's very critical, very important for international students as well.
I mentioned on campus, students who are wanting to work on campus, and this is UniTemps. And UniTemps helps students find a very wide range of jobs that are here. And in fact,
These are all campus jobs offered by the university
yes, or the student association.
or the student association. Yeah.
And beside it, there is more support services for the students. So the students are having problems with, they don't think they were marked correctly, or they're in private accommodation and they're having problems with their contract, or they're having problems with money, then these people are there to help advise.
There's this advanced hub section which is there, which is, I think, managed by the student union or by the university?
I suspect it's in mainly by the union, but in conjunction with the university. The students' union and the university work very closely together. And many of the meetings of the important committees and working groups will have student representation on them, so that the university doesn't do something that would be. We have, as you would expect, a shop on campus. It has its international food, so there's a range of Indian snacks and things. We can go and have
a look.
Various bits and pieces. Sometimes it's the summer at the moment. We don't have much in terms of India specific, but often
there's like a lot of Thai curry, Thai spices are there.
Yeah, but that's represents who we have here at the moment.
Yeah.
And they will bring in, when term starts,
Right.
there will be more Indian stuff. Interesting is that although we're here, we are very close to supermarkets, and students can just online delivery.
Yeah.
And you often see the vans coming up and down, and they get together, and the supermarkets will sell all spices, what we call Bombay mix, all the different ranges of snack foods.
Yeah.
And near the private accommodations, I mentioned Gorgie earlier, there are shops specifically that import food from India.
Food from India, yeah.
So that there is a taste of home, and
Yeah.
and although
Yeah,
it's
on
nice
the
to
way
get
I
to know.
saw like few Indian restaurants also on the way.
This is just one of the cafes we have dotted around. They all specialise in slightly different things. This one's, I think, because we have a lot of space. We're really lucky in that we have a lot of airy places for students to
Yeah, many
come and
times
study.
at our universities you can see through, and they're that small.
Well, there's always somewhere to sit in isolation if you're wanting to concentrate, or if you're doing something, in a group. Plenty of places to come and relax. Originally built, it was built so that you could walk anywhere without going outside.
Okay.
Mainly because in winter
Right.
it's a little wet
Yeah.
and chilly. And as the university has grown, that's not quite so possible anymore.
Right.
There's still the main ethos and the main walkways. So if for example you want to go to the library from one of the major lecture theatres, it's all undercover.
So that also is actually very helpful because, like you mentioned, in winters it would snow here, right? And then students can maybe just pass through across. They can come to maybe career services. They go back to their classes. They
Yeah.
don't have to go outside.
As I mentioned, it's quite quiet at the moment. This is the
Yeah.
main thoroughfare, and it can get a wee bit busy in between classes. Some of the bigger lecture theatres are through here.
Could we go and see?
Yes.
This is where some of the larger classes happen.
Yes.
There's also like the latest modern facility for teaching available with the multiple projectors, boards, all kind of latest technology.
This is one of our older rooms. We have much smaller tech savvy.
Right.
It feels much more modern than this. Each one of our teaching rooms is set up with a minimum level, and the minimum level you can see is quite high tech. Lots of areas sitting outside as well, for particularly leading up to the exams in April. You find a lot of students that are going over there.
I'm quite curious about these flowers that have been planted.
It's-
looking beautiful, they've like a
It's a thing in the UK at the moment.
Yeah?
If you've got spare land, have wildflowers.
Yeah.
And there are patches all throughout the university that have bits of wildflowers, which look great at this time of year. I mentioned we have little tunnels to go through that connect buildings.
Right.
So that it's very protective come winter. That's another advantage of being on a campus.
Yeah.
We don't have to have separate buildings.
Some students still having classes.
Yeah, these are students that are across from Italy that are learning English and having a cultural experience. So they have classes and they go in and see Edinburgh City and up visit the castle and do all the tourist bits around here as well.
Yeah, last night we saw like a teacher with some students from Italy, and I think she would have been also here for something like that.
I like coming and having a look here. One of our strengths, as you know, is mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
And
this lab is sponsored by Chevron.
but there's always something different going on. Each of the section has. I wish I knew something about it.
A lot of the machinery here is, I would say, much more high tech than what we had. I'm also an engineer, but like still long time back. Most of this kind of equipment we've never had like access to. But this is where all the students come and practice their lab work.
Yeah.
And also really good is that there's a corporate backing of Chevron, which also gives us access to the latest technology and a good amount of corporate experience sharing.
There is a lot of close association with this university and industry.
Yeah.
Not just in engineering. If you look at even business management, Edinburgh is one of the finance capitals of Europe.
Right.
And not just the UK, but of Europe. And of course, we have very strong links with that, with our finance and our economics programs.
Yeah.
We have a robotarium that's got links with Edinburgh University, for example. So it's not just a university in isolation.
Right. So there's a lot of collaboration with other universities as well as the industry.
There is. The logistics team, just looking for a way out, I think we can get out, going back up this way. The logistics team has closer collaborations with Cambridge University.
Okay.
So, we certainly punch above our weight when it comes to let's go left here and out.
So if you like this content, please subscribe to our channel and I will see you all in the next video.